Probably not the faces you were expecting. My name's Leo,
And I'm Diana.
and today we're going to be talking about the hardest parts of the real estate exam and how to conquer those parts and some of the free resources that are out there. Obviously, a shameless plug, our resources, but they are free, and we'll explain why we created them in the first place. And some of the tips and tricks that our students have said that these are the best, most important things to know before you take the exam.
But before we get into that, I think we should explain why we are here and Zach's not here,
Right, right.
which you all know.
So just so you know, so I'm the owner of Real Estate License Wizard. Zach is actually my cousin, and we ended up teaming up together. I created the exam app, and he was the face and did all the research. And the whole reason we started this thing actually spawned out of your story. So when you give us your story?
So probably 10 years ago, gosh, that makes us sound old. I was trying to get my real estate license because I didn't know what to do. And I thought, why not be a realtor? I'm sociable. People like me. I can sell houses. Well, it is a lot harder than it sounds, these tests that they have you take. And we will definitely get into that in ways that, helped me and little like cheats and things like that. So we can help you and you wouldn't have to take it maybe 5 times like I did.
Yes. Well, the key was with those 5 times, there was an app out there that you purchased. Why don't you tell us
did.
about that?
Oh gosh, the app. Well, what? That it was $200 each time, or
It was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So-
and like this was years ago, so
Yeah.
we were maybe 20. We didn't have so much money to just scan our credit card
No,
for
no.
$1,000. Like, no thanks.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that much, but it was
It was
a
a
lot.
lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And the challenge was that the 2 things. One, you couldn't just retake it without having to pay,
No,
which was
every single
really
time we had
frustrating.
to pay.
And then the other thing is that some of the information was outdated. So that's essentially the genesis or the start of Real Estate License Wizard. I got together with Zach. Again, I'm the programmer, the developer of the app, and Zach ended up, creating all of the course material and things like that. And one of the things that he found, and we both found, and you found too, is a lot of the information, especially on the state portions, was incorrect. So Zach really took a lot of time to go through every single state. We don't have all the states, but most of them you can check on our website, and every single law, and ended up creating what we think is the best, or at least most accurate, right? I mean, there's a lot of great courses out there. Obviously, we're partial to our own. But one of the nice things, and maybe you might not know this, is that everything that we have and do is actually free. And of course, we have a paid course that you can take. But if you want to take, the math exam, the national exam, the state exam, it's all free, and you can check that out.
But I would highly suggest taking the course. I know that when I took a course, it definitely helped. Yeah. And we took that and we built our own and made it better, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Well,
I
we're
wish
biased, but
I
yeah,
had this now.
yeah,
I wish I had what we have now back then.
yeah, of course.
That's
Okay.
true.
So now on to the topic of today. What is the hardest part of the real estate exam? What do you think, Diana?
I don't think that's a fair question because I think to me it was all hard. We all learned differently. We all prepared differently. So I would say you can't really just come out with an easy answer.
Okay. Obviously, some people are good at math. Some
Yeah,
people are good
math. That's a good one.
at math. Yeah.
They definitely have math and they
Yes.
make it tricky. They do.
Yeah.
It's not like trig or algebra, but I do remember they made these like long paragraph questions and you can use a calculator for sure, but they were tricky.
Yeah.
You definitely were tricky.
But the good news is it's only about 20% of the exam. So some of the most important parts, right, are the national, right? So typically there are between 100 and 150 questions on the test. As we said, the math portion is only about 20%. And the more significant parts of the test are the national real estate questions and the local real estate questions. So things that you need to know are your vocabulary.
Oh my
Right.
gosh, vocabulary. Yes, that is a huge part of the test. Only way, in my opinion, is to do it as flashcards. I know it sounds like you're going way back, like to high school, maybe even before that. Whenever you use flashcards, I don't know. But that is the best way to do it. And definitely do the definitions, but also add was it fair housing laws?
Yeah, the
on
different
the
laws.
flashcards. A must.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, we actually have flashcards in the course, and we also have a vocabulary terms app on our site, which you can access for free. instead of having hand cramps, because I remember
Oh,
how
there's
many
just
we
so
had stacks
many.
of cards.
There's so
Yeah.
many, and I'm telling you, every one of
Yeah.
them is on these exams.
Yep. Yep. So, and obviously, if you don't understand the concept of the word, you're not going to, it's very unlikely you're going to be able to get the answer. In that case, you're going to have to guess. And what do you think about guessing?
Oh, well, guessing, they say to go with C. I can't tell you if that's
Yeah.
right, but also, like, seriously, I remember like thinking back, if I didn't know a question, they give you the option to skip. Like, you can skip through it, but then it eventually comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're looking at it and you're like, oh my gosh, I just really don't know this. Don't leave it blank, because that's a 1 in 4
Yeah.
chance that you can get it right versus
Of course.
just definitely getting it wrong
Yeah.
by leaving it blank. So guessing, in my opinion, is okay.
Yeah, and further tips from the students that have taken this, I've got a whole list of them here, is they did say skip them initially and then come back to them, look for, similar, try to eliminate the ones that, maybe one that you can just tell that is definitely false, because then you have maybe a 1 in 3 or 1 in 2 chance. And the other thing that I want to mention too is that, one of the reasons we're in real estate is actually because my mom, she's phenomenal at real estate, has been in it for 40 years. She has a team of 15 people. So if you're looking at, becoming a realtor, she's, something to aspire to be. Obviously, I'm biased. She's my mom and she's wonderful. But basically, the reason why I'm telling you this is that there's 15 realtors on her team, and there's only one of them that passed it the first time. So
I don't even think your mom passed it the first time.
I was
I really
so
don't
young.
think she did.
My mom was working, I remember she was working 3 jobs, studying for her real estate exam in the evening. She was working at Bob Evans, and every night my mom and dad studied together. And this was a long time ago. But I don't know if she passed it the first time or not. But
I don't think she did.
yeah, well, I'll take your word for it.
And you know what? Guess what, guys? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
woman sells 368 homes a year, and there's only 365 days in a year.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter if you pass it the first time,
Yeah.
second time.
Yeah.
We're just trying to help you pass it in general.
Yeah. The key is that once you pass this, I mean, that's the thing that you have to kind of get out of your way in order to, start your new life journey, right? So anyways, how important is vocabulary? We covered that. We talked about the math. Yeah, it's challenging, but you have a calculator and you just practice the math problems.
Yeah, it's tricky. Like,
3%.
they try to trip you up.
And we got a free math exam on realestatelicenseWizard.com where you can practice, and it covers a lot of those things. And some of the other tips that we have is answer the easy stuff first. We just talked about that. Make sure you answer every question. We talked about that. And then we talked about the fair housing laws. And one thing that's really important is that a lot of our students have said that it's really important to take the exam under time constraints, because on exam day, you're timed, right?
Yeah, I don't remember how long you get. Maybe it's 3 hours. I could be way wrong. I think it's somewhere like
we cover
that.
it on our site, but
Yeah,
so long story short, make sure you practice it under pressure. So
Yeah.
you can go to Real Estate License Wizard and then take our free practice exam, but make sure you set a clock next to you or an alarm so you can see how quickly you're doing it. Because the last thing you want to do is go on, into test day and unfortunately, get 80, however many
my
percent,
gosh.
all of them right, but not get to all of your
Yeah.
questions.
Good point. That's
And then
a really good point.
did we talk about fair housing laws and the laws and stuff like that?
I mean, they're very important to memorize.
Yeah.
We didn't go into details with them.
Okay. But basically we have all of that. A lot of the laws are in the state exams and the national exams, but it's one of those things where you just got to learn them, right? Okay. And then see what else is there. So that's pretty much it. So the next question is, what is the future of Real Estate License Wizard? Well, in the meantime, you're stuck with us. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah. But we are actively looking for someone to take over that channel. So if you are really interested in real estate, you've got your real estate license, or even taken the test a few times, because obviously we have all sorts of materials to support you, although having a real estate license obviously is preferred because you're going to be teaching material. Then reach out to us, right? Because again, while we're not YouTubers, we have experience, obviously. I have a lot of experience entering in all the data and programming this stuff, but this isn't my full-time thing. but we're looking for someone to make it their full-time thing or maybe even a part-time thing. So if that's you, let us know. And other than that, let us know in the comments below how we did.
Yeah,
It is
seriously,
weird. How did you
like,
feel about your first
I
YouTube
mean,
video?
I still feel like, is it's real? Like,
Yeah.
are we really on YouTube right now?
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Let us know in all honesty, because no hard feelings.
Yeah.
We can only get better. So,
Yeah. Hopefully there's sound with this. Maybe we'll upload it and it'll
hopefully
just
we're not lagging and it's just like looks funny.
Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, we appreciate you joining us today, and we will see you in the next video. If there's anything that you're interested in learning about, let us know in the comments, and we'll make sure that we come up with something that's more, I guess, formal. But today we just kind of want to introduce ourselves and cover it.
Formal's good, Leo, but people like people that just have real life experiences
Sure.
that like, because nothing's textbook.
Yeah, maybe formal wasn't the right. I'm saying we didn't really, this is more off the cuff, right? We printed out something, we said, hey guys, give us some information. What are you interested in? So this is an easy one. But if you're saying, hey, we really need help on this law, let us know and we'll dig into that law for you or whatever you're struggling with, okay? So have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in maybe next week.
Yeah, that will be great.
Yeah. All right, bye.